is one of the biggest constituencies in terms of voters, about 29 lakh voters, and it has about 56% urban and a huge rural segment as well. That's the reason why it has a high-tech IT district, financial district, and it also has a rural segment that supplies vegetables and flowers to Hyderabad. Chevella Parliament seat is one of the biggest with about 29 lakh voters. It has about 56% urban constituency and a huge rural segment as well. That's why it has the high-tech IT sector, the financial district, as well as a rural segment that supplies flowers and vegetables to Hyderabad. We are here in Chevella, which is under the Greater Hyderabad, and the BJP candidate from here is Konda Vishweshwar Reddy. He's an industrialist, he's an engineer, and he's someone. We are here in Chevella, which is under the Greater Hyderabad, and the BJP candidate from here is Konda Vishweshwar Reddy. He's an industrialist, he's an engineer, and he's someone who has very deep roots with the people here. He was in fact elected as the MP from here in 2014 when he was in fact the BRS candidate from here, and then in 2019 he was a Congress candidate but lost to the BRS candidate Ranjith Reddy, who incidentally now has shifted to the Congress and has become the Congress candidate from here. You have already started your campaign, still quite a few weeks to go in fact.
It's really amazing. I think old ladies to young, I thought only the youngsters know about Modi. Old lady can hardly hear. I showed her this photo and asked who she is. I think even PM Ichtena. I think the person who gives rice, free rice. So nook and corner, not just youngsters, old ladies also know. After a long time, we have a national leader who reached every nook and corner and every demographic segment he reached.
That's actually my question, because in this parliament constituency, you have so many more, you have BRS MLAs, all the assembly segments, either the BRS or the Congress has it. BJP doesn't have it. And yet, what are you going to do to be able to turn this towards the BJP?
Not much, just be what I am, and Modi is what he is. And that's exactly what happened when I first stood from TRS for Telangana, for the right cause, for the people. People will vote for me. That time, there were 0 TRS MLAs. Yet I won and I made 2 TRS MLAs win. Unfortunately, both are separated. If both are together, I, along with me, 4 BJP MLAs would have won. And so I am very confident. When there's 0, I score. And because I'm always with the people and the cause of the people. That time the cause was Telangana, and this time also the cause was Telangana development. And we've seen 10 years of KCR and 100 days of the new government. The state is bankrupt. The old government made the state bankrupt with 7 lakh crores and Kaleshwarams and Kumbakonams. The new government has a begging bowl in its hand. And yet they are offering freebies. People stop believing it. One of the freebies they offered is to all these ladies, they'll increase the pension to 4,000 rupees and give additional 250 rupees. They are not even able to get the old pension, forget about the new pension.
So 100 days of the Revanth Reddy government, he in fact says that I have fulfilled 5 of those 6 promises, guarantees that the Congress promised. What is your rating of their 100 days of government? Because he actually said it's a referendum on my government. Even though this is a parliament election, he said even for this election, it will be a referendum on my 100 days of governance.
The only single and only thing was something they didn't ask for. Free bus rides. Free bus ride. That doesn't give development. Power cuts have started. Drinking water shortage is happening right now. And other day in Vikarabad, a lady, A&M lady called me saying that November salaries they're getting now. Now he doesn't have money for the basics, offering freebies. Ask them if anyone believes in his freebies. So which of the 5 has he fulfilled? It's only word of mouth. Letters and signatures on paper are not fulfillment of promises. He's made so many chairmen, so many departments. That is not fulfillment. Actually, the money reaching, the drinking water reaching the people, or there's no power cut. That is the basics. That he is not able to give. How can he give? He wanted to do loan write-off of 2 lakh rupees. Forget about that. He is not able to give Raitu Bandhu, 10,000 rupees. He's promised 1,500 rupees Raitu Bandhu. salaries are delayed, pensions are delayed. Pensions of 2,600 he promised to increase to 4,000. Nirudyoga Bhruti, unemployment benefit, 4,000 rupees.
So you're
Who's
saying
getting
the
it?
promises itself are quite unviable for a state which is bankrupt in that sense.
Yes, and that is why the only campaign for us is Modi delivered this, 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 and right up to this old lady saying he's the guy who gave rice, the roads, the Smashana Vatikas, the Raitu Vedikas, all the infrastructure plus the basics. Now, Modi has fulfilled his promises and we proudly say, vote for Modi. But if you notice, none of the Congress, neither the leadership nor the Karyakartas are saying, vote for Rahul Gandhi. Because if they say it, they'll lose deposit. Instead, what they're saying, they are offering unviable freebies and fooling the people and say, vote for unviable freebies or tarnish BJP or tarnish Modi. Modi is a Gujarati, Modi is dictator, or the candidate is not good. So they only have two strategies. They can't use the word vote for Rahul Gandhi. So vote for unviable freebies and tarnish the opposition. So there's no other strategy for
In
Congress.
the assembly election, the target was very much the BRS government, which was voted out in any case. Now, who becomes your target? 100 days may be too short a time to judge a government, isn't it? So, what is your narrative going to be in this election? You already said Mr. Modi and his promises. Is that what you go to the people with?
No, Modi doesn't give too many promises. His track record is what we go to the people with. What has he done to the villages? How is the village, the MNRE roads that are coming? The money to the sarpanchas are given by Modi, not with the state government. So the sarpanchas all got together, regardless of TRS, Congress, they all know what Modi has done. So we go to Modi with the track record. And the most important thing is Modi built trust. And one example is when 4 years ago he asked all of them for 10 rupees, nobody believed. They just 10 rupees is nothing, so they just gave it. But after that they got Akshantalu, after that they got 1,000 crore Ram Mandir. So what he promised, what he took a small token money, 10 rupees became a 4,000 crore reality.
Are you
So
saying
that
Ram
building
Mandir
trust.
is having resonance even in Telangana among the people?
Absolutely. It built trust. As much as he built a Ram Mandir, he built trust among the people. But not only that, so many things, digital economy, everybody laughed at him. Now India is the largest and half these old ladies know how to do digital payments. Most of them have cell phones. So that is what building trust is. So Modi just didn't overnight think of a scheme and give it tomorrow for the elections. I'll give 5 guarantees in Karnataka, 6 guarantees, and then 2 more guarantees in Telangana because of the elections. This is a long-term planning, and then only what he can deliver, he planned. And when he delivered, he actually built trust.
Rate the 100 days of the Revanth Reddy government where he claimed at least that he has fulfilled his promises. You are saying except the free bus scheme, nothing else has been fulfilled.
Nothing else has been fulfilled. Not only has not fulfilled, he has not been able to run the old schemes. And forget the old schemes, even the very basics. Today morning, did you have a power cut? Is Narsing not under drinking water shortage? So anyway, since you asked me to rate the 100 days, the first 50 days were excellent. Firstly, he stopped abusive language in Telangana politics, so it was good. Secondly, he's giving due respect to the Pradhan Mantri and is calling him elder brother. That is very good. He went to Pradhan Mantri Modi and said, we are bankrupt, help us. So he actually gave, although we crossed the FRBM limit, he actually gave 9,000 rupees additional loans to the state government, without which nothing would have run. And that's a true statementship, because regardless of the Congress government, he did not want the people to suffer. So first 50 days are excellent. But now he's unable to keep the guarantees. See, if you do not have knowledge and then you say something and make a mistake, that's okay, it can be forgotten. But fully having the knowledge that he's totally bankrupt, offering freebies instead of focusing on the basics, it's very, very bad. I think the current government started off in the right direction. It went in the wrong. It needs to recorrect its course. And people are realizing that, and it will definitely show up in these elections.
In these elections, do you see the BRS anywhere in the race now? Even the opponent that you had in the last election, who continues to be your opponent, but in a different party, has shifted parties, is the BRS relevant?
That itself is proof. Actually, I was told he wanted to leave BRS only because BRS is gone and leaving, and he's losing. So he tried to come to BJP, he met the leaders there, went back to Congress, then again went and met Amit Shah. Then I think He's involved in various, he needs protection more than winning or a constituency. So I believe he went back. So I don't know, I think he's still the Congress candidate, but I'm not sure. They may still change it to in the end, because the surveys are showing almost at 25-30%. It translated to 3-4 lakh majority for BJP and for me. So we don't know. I really don't know who the opponent right now is.
Mr. Ranjith Reddy, in fact, said he had a special place in his heart for KCR. You also came from the BRS pedigree at one level. Do you have a place for the man who called himself as some kind of a father for Telangana?
No, I mean, he treated me with respect, with due respect. But I did not join TRS then. Now the name is changed. TRS for the sake of KCR or his family. I joined for Telangana, and I left him because while he was personally treating me with due respect, he was actually cheating Telangana. So I have lost all the respect for KCR only because of that. Not because of any personal reasons. Personally, he treated me better than anybody else in TRS party. Yet I left the party. And I have lost respect for him. And I have told him 1 year before that I'm leaving the party because of this reason. Nobody leaves like that. And I walked out alone. I didn't damage the party till the last day I worked for the party. And I hope they continue to respect what I did rather than what the other guys did. They just left for the sake of, for power.
You're someone who's passionate about engineering and have spoken out about Kaleshwaram. Is that really a very big issue and something that has drained Telangana of its resources without getting it the benefits that it promised?
Not only it drained Telangana of the resources, it showed Telangana in a fake good light, because it showed GDP growth. Now GDP, a lot of people don't know the calculation. GDP growth includes government spending. So if the government spends on anything, even the government takes a bundle of notes and burns it, it still counts under GDP. So when they if you build a bridge to nowhere, it's of use to nobody, it still counts under GDP. If you build a Kaleshwaram project, which is of no use to anybody, and in fact it damages by operating it, you have a further loss because the benefit is much less than the cost. So even that counts in the GDP. Kaleshwaram is a total world's largest engineering disaster, world's largest engineering failure, and it's every component of Kaleshwaram. It has dams, reservoirs, it has pipes, pumps. Every component is flawed, but the biggest flaw is in the system itself. If you look at it from irrigation engineering point of view, electrical engineering point of view, agriculture point of view, portomology point of view, geomorphology point of view, from every science, it's a mistake. And this should remain as a historic monument for everyone in India, so to know for future that such projects should never be done in the future.
Now, the Central Water Commission seems to have given its approval. So is there somewhere some responsibility that the centre would also be having to bear in this case?
Number one, it is not a national project. What does CWC give approval for? For the water sharing, not for the designs. So what it gave is for the what water it can draw. So it has nothing to do with the bad designs, and most of it is designed bypassing the senior engineers here. So environmental clearance was there. That doesn't mean they gave clearance to the Kaleshwaram project to build an unviable white elephant. So they give the centre permissions for very specific purposes. And
one of the things that seems to be putting the BRS and even KCR's family in the dock is the telephone tapping issue. Many of your party colleagues have said that across party lines and during the critical bypolls, whether Menugod or Dubak or even Huzurabad, phones were being tapped. What is your own view of what happened?
Yeah, I think KCR used a certain section of the police as his private army and private goons, and they tapped me and they harassed me individually. But now it's out. They tapped and harassed all the oppositions, whether it's Congress or BJP. They tapped and harassed them, and action needs to be taken. And central government should look into it, because I think tapping is more of a central government issue from security point of view than a state government. So I think central government also will take cognizance of this.
You spoke about personal harassment. You are someone who is very well networked in the industrial group as well. Your wife runs a huge industrial group as well. are you talking from personal experience as well that many friends may have confided about the blackmailing that may have happened, maybe pressure to buy electoral bonds? Was that kind of pressure being exerted? Because that's being reported at least.
Pressure to buy electoral bonds? Who? I mean, I don't know about anyone, at least in my circles. And who bought the electoral bonds? And then definitely not in my circles. And the electoral bonds are actually to protect the opposition. So the anonymity is supposed to help them. And I'm really confused why Congress is so confused. Are they confused? One side they take electoral bond, other side they talk against it. I think it's simply a matter of jealousy. They got a smaller share of the pie. That's all it is.
One final thing, Andy. Yours are both rural as well as urban voters are there in yours. Maybe 40% rural, is that right? What are you telling? 45-50% is rural. There's an urban side of Hyderabad as well, which is part of your constituency. What are you telling them? Because you also spoke about the GDP. You did not believe the GDP growth story that Telangana was telling for the last 10 years. The BRS government was telling for the last 10 years.
Urban has different set of problems. Number one, the civic infrastructure, then the social infrastructure. Both are lagging. Now the new government is talking about Musi, which is half a Kaleshwaram in terms of money, 58,000 crores. So I don't think the past government had a direction and the new government has a direction. On the focus on the basic, the civic infrastructures. Then the social, the government schools and hospitals. Be like Goa, be like, Goa is a BJP government, but even be like at least Kerala. You'll learn a lot. Please go to Kerala and learn. Please go to Goa and learn. Focus first on the civic infrastructure. Beautifying Musi is their target. And that too 58,000 crores, half of Kaleshwaram price. See, if you want to clean Musi, first you have to clean the 1,000 lakes in the city which have become STP, sewage treatment plant. And those lakes fall into Musi. And if you want to clean the lake, don't let the city sewage go directly into the lake, build STPs. So before you talk about great thing of Musi, talk about just building the STPs and also maintaining and running the STPs. Now all the STPs, I think we have 1,000 MLDs of STPs, and the output of that is hardly 100. 10% is working because they are not able to provide chemicals and make it work. So first operate the existing STP. So don't talk about I'll bring metro to here. Talk about the basics. Get your road working. Clear them of potholes.
Is that what you as MP, who's possibly going to be, if you win here and then the NDA government is formed, according to me, you would be a very good candidate to be joining the central government as well. What are you telling the people? What is the promise that you can deliver for them?
Yeah, for the rural, I have a quick set of things. Number one, connectivity and the satellite city, the MMTS to Vikarabad. Then I got the highway to Vikarabad, Maneguda, Bijapur highway in my time, 1,000 crores, still not implemented. I'll arm twist. Once I'm reaching, I'll arm twist the 1,000 crores came here, but the state government did not implement. I will arm twist the state government and make sure the highway is laid. Then it's a dryland area, dryland crops. We'll increase the MSP and make sure the state government, which is not bringing a drop of water to my place, gives a bonus for the Metapantalu, that's the dryland crops. Then we have the Tandur stone. When I was there, I got the GST down from 18% to 5%. Now I want to do technical training and increase the value of the stone. So, and millets, promote millets. That's in this thing. There exactly, as I told you, the civic infrastructure and the social infrastructure. They were not used. Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan was not used. It was wasted because they didn't have when government gave their 60% rental, they didn't have their 40% share. So we will have for the positive reasons, we'll have the ability to put pressure on this government and not build Kaleshwarams and not build half Kaleshwaram like Musi beautifying, but focus on the basics.
Thank you. It's the middle of the afternoon, but Mr. Ranjith Reddy, who is the Congress candidate from Chevella Lok Sabha seat, continuing with the campaign. The heat is quite unsparing, but political heat more important for you.
Yeah, this heat is nothing. I love the political heat because not only during the elections, throughout the 5 years I love that. What I say is, people who are in between the public, people who are always with the public, they should be skilled. Not the 15 days drama what politicians do before that. I just don't like that. What the politicians have to do, what they did in the last 5 years should be the skill.
Mr. Konda Vishweshwar Reddy says, who is the BJP candidate from here, says that it is the Modi wave that is going to bring him to victory. What are you banking on?
He is banking on Modi's name. I am banking on the hardship what I did. I am banking on the people who have come to me. I am banking on the people who are happy with my service in the last 5 years. I am happy with the development works what were happened in my constituency during the last 5 years. So in Telugu we called it as a development and reachable MP.
It is strange, isn't it, that you were both in two different parties. You was the Congress candidate, you were the TRS candidate in the last election, and now you both switched parties and fighting on, you are saying, on your own brand equity largely.
That is the beauty of politics. So I didn't understand what politics word mean when I came into the politics. But that all these things are happening and they are bound to happen. That will continue to happen also. Because when he has moved from Congress to BJP, I don't know what reason he gave. I have my own reasons when I came from TRS to Congress.
Tell us the reasons, because you were on record saying that Mr. KCR still has a special place in your heart.
KCR still also has a special place because he is the man who has introduced me to the politics. I don't deny that today also. Let him comment on whatever he wants on me. I am happy because he is elder to me, he has introduced. Second thing is, I have returned back and have done the best for the party in the last 5 years. That was measured by Mr. KCR and the working president, Mr. KTR. So I have returned back to the party. I am convinced that I have done. Now, I don't know for what reasons it has scaled down. It is still scaling down. Whatever political party which scales down may pick up also. I don't want to comment on that also. But today the Congress wave is there. The cadre is with upbeat after winning the assembly elections. Now they would want to prove a point saying that what Congress has done in the last 100 days. Mr. Revanth Reddy, the Chief Minister himself has said, what I did in the last 100 days should be the scale. So with that, the upbeat in the Congress cadre has scaled up also.
This is a national election, isn't it? That you are trying to elect the Prime Minister of the country, and that's what the BJP is saying, that while you are electing the Prime Minister of the country, how can you ask for a referendum on the 100 days of a state government?
I didn't get you there. There was some disturbance.
I'm saying this is a national election, parliament election to elect the Prime Minister of the country. The Chief Minister is saying it's a referendum on 100 days of my government. The logic is that it is a parliament election after all.
There are two different entities, because the first part is when Rahul Gandhi ji has come to Hyderabad, to my constituency in Chevella, to announce the manifesto of the National Party, that itself shows the manifesto of the Congress Party. Panchnai and Pachis Patake, that is what I keep calling. So that is one side. The other side is Mr. Revanth Reddy also has a point to prove himself, because having become a Chief Minister and having performed in the last 100 days against the wishes of the opposition party saying that the 6 guarantees will not be implemented. Because he is a mood and he is in the line to clear off all the 6 guarantees, he says that should be the scale point also. So this is not a referendum for that. This is a part for his performance and the Congress party also.
Right now, the big issue seems to be of the OBC reservation, on which possibly the Chief Minister has also got summons from the Delhi police on what is being called as a fake video. Do you think those kind of issues about reservation, the BJP saying that they are going to remove Muslim reservation, is that going to be an issue in your election also?
You tell me, will that be an issue throughout the country or not? When Modi ji has told in the parliament saying that in the government jobs also he would want to remove the reservations for SC, STs, BCs also, and when Amit ji has said that he would want to remove the Muslim reservation, so that will have an impact. I don't know for what reason they have said, and whatever they would want to say, our Chief Minister has raised that topic only.
Very interesting that the richest of the candidates are fighting in Chevella. Mr. Konda Vishweshwar Reddy has 4,500 crores, and you have also declared 460 crores, is it?
No, I'm not even 10% of what assets what he has. So there is no comparison between his assets and my assets. Maybe he has too much of gold, but I'm the gold of the Chevella Parliament constituency.
Okay, but does the spending also accordingly go up because there are very rich candidates here?
The scale, we have a limit on the spending, you know. So the election commission is there. You have just seen the election commission vehicle has just gone. Why will we spend more? People have come on their own here.
Okay, you came here as a candidate of the Congress. You were the sitting BRS MP. Mr. Patnam Narendra Reddy, who was the minister from here, his wife became the candidate from Malkajgiri. Are you getting the full cooperation from that quarter?
Everyone, whoever is in the Congress party, has to support each other. I am supporting Mr. Mahindra Reddy and Mr. Sunita Mahindra Reddy because I have strong relations in Malkajgiri also. And we were classmates for the last, we are friends for the last 50 years. We were classmates in the college. So what differences will we have?
Okay, so finally, in this particular constituency, urban as well as rural voters are there. What are your priorities going to be for the people?
Everyone in my constituency is my heart. So let it be rural or urban. Rural will have 80% polling, urban will have 40%. Everything will come to the same.
Last time you won by only about 14,000 votes. So Mr. Konda Vishweshwar says that margin he is going to easily overcome because of the Modi wave.
Do you think that margin will be a scale here? No. So I am going to win. I don't want to scale the majority what people. He said I am not going to get the deposit. So that is his version. I say my competition is Konda Vishweshwar Reddy, but I am going to win.
What about the Motiraj vote? Is the BRS candidate relevant in this election?
No caste will polarize to vote for a single candidate. Whatever caste they may be.
You also have about 4.4 lakh Muslim voters in your constituency.
They are not going to vote for BJP